Well, the mayor of our region's largest city will have a lot of influence over the wider Bay Area. That's why we're profiling each of the candidates. Tonight, we take a closer look at the candidacy of former Tampa City Council member Bob Buckhorn. Bob Buckhorn gets knocked down, but he doesn't stay down. After leaving the Tampa City Council in 2003, he ran against Pam Iorio. After that defeat, he went into the general election for county commissioner against Brian Blair. You lost by a whisker.
I think less than 1/2 of 1% out of 500,000 votes.
But Buckhorn is undeterred and says he's ready to retake public office for his children and mine.
If we don't have bright, well-educated kids who want to stake their claim here in Tampa, Florida, who want to raise their families like you and I did, we need to create an environment where they can find an opportunity.
To do that, Buckhorn will appoint deputy mayors to oversee job creation, economic opportunities, and neighborhood improvement. Buckhorn acknowledges the sharp drop in serious crime in Tampa under his predecessor. Now he says he'll continue his fight against what he calls quality of life crimes.
I mean, there's nobody who spent more time out in the neighborhoods, whether dealing with prostitution, street-level drug dealing, the rave clubs.
Some might say he spent too much time on those issues, at least when it came to adult entertainment. Buckhorn backed the infamous 6-foot rule designed to outlaw lap dancing, and in doing so picked a very public fight with Mons Venus owner Joe Redner.
We're going to do exactly what we said we were going to do and back those paddy wagons up and haul off the owners, the dancers, and the patrons.
What a waste of taxpayers' time and money.
Buckhorn was ridiculed while Redner remained in business. Today, the 6-foot rule is roundly ignored by Tampa police, but Buckhorn believes he's fighting the good fight.
It was no different than what Mayor Giuliani did in New York City when he cleaned up Times Square and made it now a destination point for families. We need to be known for more than just the adult use industry in this community. But it wasn't my top agenda item then, and clearly is not even on the radar now.
What is on the radar of his campaign and every other candidate this election cycle is panhandling. Buckhorn was among those who passed an anti-panhandling ban in the 90s. But because it allowed exemptions for some vendors and nonprofit fundraisers, it was ruled unconstitutional. Buckhorn is anxious to tackle the issue again and uses strong language to describe the problem.
The panhandlers need to be gone. It's symptomatic of a much larger issue, and homelessness is a whole nother question. But you can't allow deviant behavior to continue.
Among his accomplishments, Buckhorn points to his work on a MacDill advisory committee in the early 90s that worked to keep the base from being downsized or closed. And though he praises Pam Iorio, Bob Buckhorn draws a distinction between himself and the current mayor.
She has been a good manager in some very difficult economic times. I think what the community is looking forward to now is a leader. If we're going to be the city that everybody once talked about as the place in America where everybody wanted to be, we have to do things differently.